Let's see.
So I'm co-host, right, Marcel?
You are.
Excellent.
And we're up.
All righty. Hey, welcome everybody. I know, ladies and gents, I see Rob has joined us on Zoom. Welcome, Rob. I mean, this training is for everybody. We wanted to have a setup for the Strong Max women to do regular monthly trainings again. And one of the big topics that came up is the boards, because it's so new and there's a lot of exciting things on the boards. We're always working on it and implementing new things, simpler things. As you start working on the boards, you'll notice that that there's new stuff that's going on. So we wanted to spend some time with all of you today to go through the very, very fundamentals of this setup and go a little bit into what's new and a little bit into, of course, the onboarding, and that, which is the most important part of building our business, is getting people started right, and not just set them up on boards, get them set up on boards and say, hey, you know, all the power to you, have fun with this. You know, you got everything there. You want to be able to direct people on how to do this right. Because remember, we're in a business of duplication. So whatever you teach somebody to do, they're going to go ahead and do the same thing with everybody else. So we want to make sure that we really nail down the important parts of getting people started right. Okay. So saying that, I just wanted to introduce Marcel. Marcel, your last name, Antonakis, is that how you say it?
Yes, Antonakis.
Just
like
good.
You say it. Perfect.
I just say Marcel, so I did awesome. So yeah, Marcel and as all of you know who work on the platforms, Marcel does a lot of amazing stuff for many of the team leaders, and Chris and I and Mike and several people. And I love working with Marcel. She's an extremely creative person. If you ever have a chance to work with her directly, you'll know that in her. And she has a heart of gold, and just always in a positive mood, and always in a mode of making things better. So I'm going to pass it off to Marcel and let her start off our session today.
Awesome. Thank you, Tammy. Such kind words. That is just so sweet. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here. And it's really nice to speak about boards again, because I feel we need to speak about it until we get this thing right. And it's also like it grows, it changes, it evolves as we use it, and we see, oh, wow, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. So I am here today just to start again from the bottom. I would love if you guys can maybe in the chat just drop me a 1 if you've got it downloaded. If you don't, drop a 2 so that I can see like kind of where we at. I'm gonna run through from the beginning. Thanks, Luis. I'm gonna run through from the beginning just to make sure everybody gets it. But I want to know, do I spend quite a bit of time there? Are we gonna go through how to download this thing? Or are we going to move along to what is new, how to use it, and then, of course, why? Like, why do we want to use boards? We need to know why, otherwise we just all confused about it and we're not sure what we want to do. So it doesn't seem like we have a lot of people that are actually active on boards. So I'm going to spend a bit of time there. I see some people are still connecting to audio. Maybe we'll give them a moment just to connect. Awesome. Yeah, see you connected to audio. Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen with you. So a moment of patience would be awesome. Thank you, guys. Let me just find it. We'll be on the right thing here. Okay, great. So I want to welcome you all to the Max Strong Woman boards training this afternoon. I just want to make sure we're up. Yes, we are up. Okay, wonderful. So this was requested, the training was requested. So let's dive into this. Firstly, what is Boards? I'm going to run through this very quickly. Boards is an app. It works like Google Drive, like the filing system on your computer. If you use the filing system correctly, I know I'm a culprit. I have everything set up and it ends up being a complete mess. So Boards is an organizational system. It organizes information for you so you can find it again. And on top of that, because it's an app on your phone, it makes it so easy to use. So I want you guys to all try this. Where would you find the Active Team Boards? Now, that's an easy one, please. If you do not know by now, you go to the website, go to the Active Team website. On the website, we have Keeping Up with the Active Team Group. It's a pin board. If you want to know anything, you go there, you check it out. If you would like to advertise something, you let me know and we put it up. Yeah, wonderful. So if you would like to know what happens when, what's going down, it's all on the pin board. You want to submit something to be pinned on the pin board, details are there. You can just click on the button, send the email, and we will upload it for you. Once on the website, there's a big blue button and it says, join the ATG Boards. When you click on that, I think like the difficult part is done. You don't even have to go search for anything. Okay, let me just move these slides along. I've got everything open here now. Great. So I've got two versions here. The one is what would it look like on your computer, in your browser? The other one is what would it look like if you had to download it from your phone. So from your either Apple Store or the Google Play Store. So let's start by the browser. That is what you will see once it's open on your computer in the browser. It wants you to register. You have to register. So you will then, as you see there, you will enter your email address so that you are then able to join our Active Team Group Boards. If you happen to be doing this from your phone, this is what it would look like in either the Apple Store or in the Google Play Store. It's going to pop up. It's called Boards Sales Keyboard. This is it from Bliss Ventures. Once you see that, you're going to install it. I couldn't show you that because I've installed it already. We don't want to uninstall. You'll have the option, like any normal app, to install the app. You need to install the app. Install it. You sign up with an email password. And Bob's your uncle, you are in Boards. You will then have access to the Active Team Group Boards. Now, there is another little element. I don't want to get into technical things too much today because I know it tends to get boring and we don't want to be boring anybody today. So, two elements. The one, filing system. It's the app with everything organized. Then, second element is easy to share. Easy on your keyboard, on your phone. There needs to be a little bridge sometimes. Mine did it automatically. I was very thankful because to figure that out so quickly, it took me a while. So let's go over to Android first. This is actually from my phone. If you do not have Boards on your keyboard automatically, you will do the following. You will go into the settings of your phone. It's kind of the same on both. I see I have Apple on the one side, Android on the other. So you would go to the settings. You would look for general management settings. Mine says language and keyboard. That was pretty easy to find. You will look for something like a keyboards setting. Once you find that, like mine says keyboard list and default. I have different keyboards. So I have a Samsung, I have a voice input, a Google, And then there you have the ability to activate them. All you have to do is slide this little toggle to the right, and then it's on when it's blue. That means you will now have the option to choose the board's keyboard as you go along. I'll show you where you will then eventually use it. Apple is kind of the same. You go into settings, you look for the keyboard settings, and then you just go activate boards. You will then be able to use the filing system boards on your keyboard. No matter what you want to type, where you want to type it, you will be able to grab the information that we have saved in boards and send it immediately. So before we move along, I just want to highlight the fact that there's point number one of why do we want to use boards? Why do we need it? Why do we want it? Sounds like a whole lot of trouble just for another app. No. You do not have to ever save a video on your phone again. You don't have to wonder who sent it when to go find it again. You don't have to go search for it. You don't have to do any of that anymore. You don't have to think up text to write to people. You don't have to copy paste here, there, from this website to that, whatever. Everything is in boards. And the nice thing about it is with one click, you can send it. The text is there. One click, it's there. You can edit and send. That is why boards is such a great asset. Number one is it frees up space on your phone. You don't have to save videos, and it saves you time. You do not have to go look for videos. If I have to, like before boards, if I had to add up all the time that I used to spend searching for stuff, because I know like a filing system is a wonderful thing to have. Very practical to use, not so practical to keep up. You receive things, you're like, I'll do this later. I'll save that later. I'll organize that later. And later becomes a day, a week, a month. And when you look again, you've been snowed like under with everything, and then you feel overwhelmed. You're like, oh my word, where do I start? And then you try and convince yourself you don't need it. But then a month down the line, you do need it. And then you have to go search for it. And then you get pushed until you really have to get it. And then you spend so much time in searching for things. So boards end up making us search less and be more productive. Some very good points in why we all need to at least try out boards. Good. So now we've got boards downloaded. We found it on the website. We've downloaded it onto our phones, preferably. And we have now activated the keyboard. So what now? Now, as you see, you go into, let's say, WhatsApp. You are speaking to someone on WhatsApp and you want to send them something. How do we do that? Normally, you would just, your keyboard is here. Normally, you would just start typing and you would go, hello, blah, blah, blah. But now you want the board's keyboard. The normal keyboard is your, is the keyboard that always comes up. The normal one where you would write. Boards, you need to go choose. It's not going to be your default. So you would look on Apple, it's bottom left, you would find this little globe. On Android, unfortunately, I couldn't show you that because mine doesn't want to screen print it. But on Android, it seems to be bottom right. So either bottom left or bottom right, you'll find something that looks like a little globe or a little keyboard. Mine is a keyboard. Once you click on that, let me just go back here. Let me see. Go back. Once you click on that, it will give you this keyboard list and defaults. And it'll ask you which keyboard would you like to use. And all you have to then do is click on, oh, that's Bitmoji. Let me just move the thing. Boards here at the bottom. You just choose the board's keyboard. Once you've done that, this is going to happen. the board's keyboard will open exactly like this. From there, you can now click through. Now, something I do want to highlight, because I think maybe this might make understanding boards a bit easier. Remember, we said it is like a filing system. Like on your normal computer, you will have a file and you'll have documents in the file. Now, it's easy to see on your computer because files are normally like a yellowy orange, and a document's a document. It's either a PDF or it is a Word document, Excel, whatever it is that you have. On boards, you see this is a file because you see here is a little gray part at the top. You see it looks just like a file, like you know those old paper files that you used to like run through with your fingers like that. It's a file because it's got that little gray part at the top, meaning once you click on it, it'll open up with more things in it. Inside a file, you can have another file. You will know it's a file because you see the shape at the top here. I just wanted to reiterate that because I think sometimes people miss information because they glance over something and they're like, oh, that's all. No, there are files, there are documents. The files you see because of this little gray part at the top here, it looks like those old paper files. Good, moving along. Now, for those who have been using boards, wonderful. For those who haven't, please go ahead and try it. I want to like highlight this. You cannot break anything. You can't delete anything. You can't mess up anything. You cannot do anything wrong. Worst case scenario is you send a message to someone and then you just unsend it. Worst case scenario. You can't mess this up. You have to try it. You won't go wrong. Don't be scared that you are going to delete anything because you can't. You do not have the rights to do that. So I just quickly want to run through what is new, and then we at the basic end of the technical side of boards, because now we've seen where we can find it on the website. We have checked out how to download it or how to use it. It'll either open on your computer in the browser or you'll download it onto your phone. We've done the whole little bridge between filing system and functionality on your phone by setting up your keyboard, activating it if you needed to. We've established that we need it because that's lie to yourself. My filing system works like a bomb. That we can forget. We have a filing system here and it works like a bomb. You do not have to worry about that. So I want to show you what is new on boards. So for those who have been using boards, awesome. This is what we've changed in it was the last couple of days. So we're still working on it. And we, like I said in the beginning, it's kind of like growing and moving, because we want it to be as easy to use as possible. So as we were talking, it just kept on coming up like country, country, country. And that's exactly what we did. We now arranged boards as follows. We have the onboarding system, which is an absolute stunning system that you do need to get your fingers on, and you need to get it down, and you need to help everybody get into it. Then we have promotions and events. We have the comp plan, product information. Oh my word, I'll show you that in a mo. And success cycle. So here's our first big change. I'm sure you guys have all checked out the success cycle on YouTube. If you've not, please go do that. You can find the entry to that on our website. Very nicely organized, step by step of what you would need, what your team members would need, what anybody would possibly need, and how. Like, where do we start? Where do we go through it? The beginning of that is on the website. And as I said, it's very nicely organized to assist you, to help you get on your way and build your business. So in the success cycle, we have put everything from inviting, prospecting, first information, second information, follow-ups, all of that you find in the success cycle, you now find in the file called the success cycle. If you want to learn how it works, if you want to learn what to do, what to say, what to think, any of that, you go to the success cycle. For those who have been using boards, you are definitely then familiar with assignments, raising money, and the how to do things. New, we have all our websites, all our links, all our boards links. If you want to invite someone else in the website's file, everything that is online, you will find there, the link to it. Then we have now arranged these files according to country. So if you say, I want to be working on Kenya, you go into the Kenya file and you find everything you need in the Kenya file. So I will in a moment go back to boards and actually show you that. We'll run through that quickly, but that is basically what's new on boards. We'll get into it a little bit later. So here I would love for Tammy to give us a rundown on why the onboarding, which is our first file on boards, why this is so important. And then we'll go over to boards and we'll actually check it out because it's very important to see where it starts and how we run through all of this. So Tammy, if I can give it over to you here, that would be absolutely awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, this is really, really good training, everybody. And you know what, first, when you start to download the boards, often we think of the phone that we have, but we still need to learn how other phone applications work. So when you have new team members that come aboard that don't have the same phone as you need to know how to access and what to do when sharing this within your team members. You know, everything is phenomenal that Marcel shares. She's absolutely dead on. When people don't know what to do, they tend to step back. You know, we've all created little folders here and there, and it had taken us time to find stuff. So this whole board system has literally changed everything for me in my business. And as I'm working on this, I'm finding things that, oh, if this could be this way, it could be a little bit simpler. If we could, and we'd love to have your feedback on all of this too, but let's go right into the boards because that's the most important part of the boards, in my opinion, on getting people started right. So we really got to master training people. And what's important is obviously that, you know, we want to get people set up in boards, but we don't want to just throw them into the boards platform and just say, hey, just go to onboarding and you know, just check it out kind of thing. We want to make sure that we guide our new people through the process. And I know a lot of you are associates, existing associates for quite some time. You're not brand new associates, but you still have to go back into the folders as if you're new. Okay, because it's a new system that is simple. It's so simple. So when you click on onboarding, you can see the first steps. Common sense, first folder, right? So first information, that's exactly where you want to go. And the first thing is the welcome message. So the moment you sign up a brand new person, you don't have to think, you just need their ID number and their information so you can fill out the X's. So you need to forward that through whatever platform that you're using, or you can copy and paste it and send it, but you can forward that to any platform to your new person. Okay, so you would say, congratulations, just to make an example on the welcome message. Here's what I want you guys to do to make sure, go back to the welcome message. Really important, please read it because there's some parts that you're not sending. If you read through each segment, what you're doing is you're getting them their information. You're telling them how to access to go into the website. And you can get access to important materials that can help you get started, which is what you want them to do. You want them to go and look at stuff. So the first step is the Google Drive. So if you can go into that, Marcel. So here they have documents, and it's all laid out for them to have a look at it, but you're going to give them guidelines through assignments, and you'll see that in these folders. What are the next steps of what they need to do? But they've got their daily action plan. They've got their game plan meeting that they're going to set up with you to get them started right for the first 30 days. Getting started checklist. So everything is there and laid out for them to get started the right way. So don't throw them the onboarding folder, because if you do that, you're not going to get the results that you want to see within the people that you're bringing into the business. Okay. A lot of people come into network marketing. They don't know, they've never been into business before. They don't know what to do. So often we assume people would just go there and do it. Wrong, because most people won't. Okay, you have to understand that. So if there's any frustration in building your business when people go MIA, missing in action, well, we have to understand that they quit on themselves because they don't know what to do and they just gave up. Okay, so that's why this whole system is put together. And I don't want to take any credit for this, because when we were in Ghana, the group had these documents set up within their own personal not boards set up, and they shared with us. And that's what I love about the Max family is we all create and we all share. And we all benefit by helping each other. That's what I love about this. So I'm not taking any credit for any of those documents they're putting there. And of course, a lot of great leaders are doing their videos. We like him, we put them there. The importance of auto ship. A welcome to Max with Joe Wojcicki. Very important things that your brand new people need to see. That first folder is very, very important. Okay, so going back into that folder, so these are the information that they're going to look at, but you're going to guide them through the other folders. So you'll see that. And then, of course, you want to make sure that they are on the Facebook active team group as well, because all the opportunity presentations, trainings, a lot of stuff is put through that. Also, the CD Global Diamond group for people that, you know, are international coming together. There's so many groups to learn from each other. And it says you will also add to our WhatsApp. So it's okay. What I really want you to understand is read it before you send it. Okay. And fill in the blanks where you need to fill in the blanks. Because sometimes on the bottom, which I'll show you after, it's a message for you, not for them, to give you a reminder. So somebody's on, Deborah, I'm just going to mute you. Okay. And then we go into crucial conversation. Okay. And you can see the steps here in crucial conversation, congratulating them. You want to just click on that and you can see that's number 1. Simple message to send somebody. Congratulations to you on going through the process. You've done so well. You're really encouraging the people. You don't have to think of anything to say, you guys. You just got to send it and follow the process with your brand new people. Not everyone has the courage to take the entrepreneurial step, right? So then we go into number 2. That'll be the next message that you send the person. So my goal is to help you become independent from me as quickly as possible. Do you agree? That's a good goal. Okay, so you send them that message and you're creating conversation when you're doing that. Number 3, duration. So are you guys seeing the flow of all of this? As you go through it, you're going to understand the importance of it. So how long do you want it to take for you to become independent of me? Ask them questions, because some people are going to want to do this quick and some people are going to be a little bit slower. And you have to understand that every single one of us has a different life, a different lifestyle, different schedules. Some have very young children. Some have full-time jobs that they work way more than 40 hours. You know, we have to understand that this is not our schedule, it's their schedule. So we need to provide them what they need on their time. So, and all through the process, what you'll realize is you're going to build really strong relationships with your team members, and they won't walk away and they won't ghost you. They won't quit when you do stuff like this. Okay, so number four, how I work. You let them know how you work. You know, just lay it on the table. Since we've agreed on the duration, I will be the resource person to help you get there. I work with people in two different ways. One is through a group platform, and the other is working with people personally. Okay, so you want to give them the opportunity to work with you. I just have 3 requirements if you want to work with me personally. That's what you're saying. So I need you to be willing. So right away, you're setting up your brand new associate to take this serious. Willing, coachable, and hungry. You're setting that standard right away. So let me ask, are you willing, coachable, and hungry? All right, so that's when they'll do what it takes, following through with assignments, because they want your personal coaching. Okay, so go to the next step. And so how do I know? You can click on that. Here's how I know. The number one tool I'm going to use to know if you are willing, coachable, and hungry assignment. Now this doesn't mean I am the teacher and you're the student, nor that I am talking down to you in any way. So you're setting the standard that your partnership, right? Assignments are an easy way to help you become independent faster than I did if we didn't do this, basically. That way, you can also teach others to be independent and build their max businesses. So what you realize is you're just sending these messages and you're setting some standards on how you guys can really partner really well together and how they can help and partner within their organization. So nobody's wasting any time because it is a business. And this is the way you're going to be able to keep them accountable and be there for them too, emotionally, when they hit a wall, because they're going to hit a wall. Okay, so you can go to the next one. So are you guys seeing the flow here? If you're seeing the flow in the chat, or if you're Facebook Live, just write yes if you're seeing the flow in all of this. Just want to see if you guys are following through with the process. And of course, you're going to set a time frame and talk about the excitement of partnering together. So everything is laid out. When I saw all of this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is heaven. It's so easy to do. And a lot of people don't even know what's in that folder. Okay, so it's setting people up the right way to take their businesses serious. Okay, so we can go into the next folder. We're not going to go into all of them. I just want you to understand that it's there. So if you go out of the crucial conversation, okay, so we talked about the excitement. Okay, move into the next folder. Okay, so there's the assignment folder when you click on that. Okay, so then you send them assignment number 1. Okay, so you go through the assignments, the 3 things that they need to do, which was already given to them on their welcome letter, to go into that Google Drive, and you get the getting started checklist, the game plan meeting, and the daily action plan. Once you have reviewed the 3 videos and downloaded the PDFs, kindly let me know. So you guys are keeping the conversation. If you don't hear from them, get back to them. Just say, hey, just checking in to see if you had a chance to look at the 3 folders. And then you move on to your next part of your business, whatever you're doing. So you're never stuck waiting on people. Have you ever been stuck waiting on people in this business? You know, people are ghosting you, then you're in this question mode. Why are they ghosting me? I hope everything's okay. You'll find you won't go through this process like you did in the past, that this is really, really great direction for guiding your people. And so number 2 is you would send them the getting started checklist, which they already have. And then, so now that you've downloaded you wouldn't send it to them, sorry, they would download it. And then it's the getting started checklist on what they need to do. It's a simple list of activities to help you kickstart your business. As you complete the list, please reach out and I will share the necessary information. So again, you're actively engaged with your people. I can tell you, once you go through the process with your brand new people, you don't have to do this again. Okay, they're on the track of doing the right activities. And of course, they'll be getting into all the training platforms, getting on the calls, getting on the opportunity presentation, showing up at the meetings, getting to know other associates, all of this stuff as well. But getting people started right is so important. Onboarding is critical. So when you complete this, then again, you move forward with them on the next assignment. Okay, so I won't go through the whole thing, but I highly recommend that every single one of you go through every single item in every single on the whole onboarding process. Go through it yourself, follow through yourself, and start talking to the associates that you've signed up that have never been involved in boards, and walk them through the process as if they're brand new. Because if they know what you have in your hands and they don't know about it, oh my gosh, you know, this could be the deciding factor for that person to ignite in this business because they've been hanging back, not knowing what to do. Okay, anytime there's something new, it's a great way to ignite an associate who's inactive right now. Okay, so going back, I'm just looking at the time too. So, so again, you've got the review, the Ghosty Max playlist as well, which is the training. Okay, so go through the onboarding folder, the whole folder. That's your assignment, and make sure that you've gone through the whole process, and then start writing the names of the list of the people that are in your organization that you can either reignite, or a brand new person who's onboarding. What a perfect opportunity. If you just signed up a new person, start from scratch with all of them, step by step. Does that make sense, everybody? Excellent. And then of course, after that first information folder, after they go into that folder, then they've got the plans, the game plans, which is what we're all teaching. The Max Action Plan, the Plan 631. If you don't know the 631, you got to learn the 631. So you have to watch the video and download the documents so you have them, or you can just go on boards and look at them. There's a getting started digital starter kit there that Max has put together. I don't know if any of you have seen this on the max.com website. You want to go there real quick because some people don't even know about this. I know some people who started in this business have never went to their website. So it's a digital starter kit here that Max has. Everybody should have that and go through it to know what they have to start their businesses. You've got everything from the science to the glutathione to ribosine, just simple information. You know, Marcel, as I see this, you can copy and paste and easily obviously, take this information and use this through social media as well. You don't have to recreate words, right? It's right there. So it's great. All right. Everything is there at our fingertips. It's just going through it, taking the time. I get the time is such a, I get that we're all lacking it. And it's important that you take the time to do the important things, which is this. This is what's going to take your business to a whole new level. All right, so I'm going to let you continue with the next step, Marcel.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that, Tammy. That is just, it's so cool to see all of this. And I really hope you guys are all paying attention and seeing what we have here, because it's like really, it's a lot. I know it's a lot, but it's so important. So I want to get back to where I was mentioning before that we want to know why, like, why do we need to use boards? We started off with the whole saves time. It's an online filing system. You don't have to save things on your phone. You don't have to guess what to say. And as you've seen now, if you are maybe one of those people that lack the time to go through all the training, this can hold your hand. This is kind of like learning by doing. So if you've not had a chance to go through all the training, to listen to everything and to let it sink in, this is kind of like your cheat sheet. You can go into onboarding it, and this is your like way out. It's gonna make you look very knowledgeable and professional while you learn. And the nice thing about it, as you use it, as you learn, and you've maybe not done it yourself yet, you are going to see how it all works. You are not going to be sending these things and not learning by yourself. You will see, you will learn. So use this as your cheat sheet to like fake it until you make it kind of thing. So you're going to fake it, you know everything until you've learned it. This is a big part of boards. You don't have to think up stuff. You don't have to know everything and then formulate what it is that you want to say. It's all there already. Use the cheat sheet. It works. And remember, you don't always want to redesign the wheel. You want to duplicate what successful people do. Now, what more do you want than a whole filing system set up by a whole lot of successful people, by people that have reached the top, the crown diamonds of this company? They have given you their knowledge, and everybody that has contributed to boards. This is like a fountain of knowledge that you can use as a little cheat sheet until you have learned it all. And you can then, maybe you see things you want to change or you want to simplify after that. But I think number one is to learn from the best. And we had the best of the best put info into these boards. So what I wanted to just come around quickly and run through with you guys, I just wanted to show you the new folders. So we have the success cycle. Now, for those who have been using boards, here are those files that we moved from the front. They're not gone, don't panic. We have put them all into the success cycle. So prospecting, inviting, first, second information, like connecting with a third party, finding and enrolling customers, some training, some resources, everything you would need for the success of your business, you'll find in the success cycle. The other files you are definitely familiar with. Another little change we made is that if you now go into product information and you go, for instance, to Cellgevity, bam, everything is there. Everything you possibly need is there. From the Dropbox, the description, the videos, the banners, testimonies, the link to Mac, everything is there. And it's like that with every product. You don't have to go look for things, it's there. You click on it, you open. When you're on your phone, all you do is you click on the little video and it sends the link to your prospect or business partner, associate, whatever, wherever you would like to send that information. And it really is that easy. So that's the one thing I wanted to show you guys. And then we have, as I said, the countries. So let's go into Kenya just for interest sake. It's a really full folder. We have everything. We have price list. Now, again, what I mentioned before, when you are just quickly looking into a folder and you are searching for something, please note the difference. The little gray part at the top means this is a folder. You'll see this doesn't have a folder. This is not a folder. It doesn't have a gray part at the top. That purely means once you click on that, you have more. And once you click on that, you have more. So I actually mentioned the other day, it's like those little dolls that you take apart like that. You open one, it's a filing system. There's levels to this. We need to get with it and you need to see, here's a level. You can see there is no level. There are more levels there. You click on it, it opens up into texts. When you click on these on your keyboard, they are automatically in, let's say, your WhatsApp. If you then click send, you are sending it to whoever you are talking to. That's what I also mentioned before. Worst case scenario is you send a message to someone without making the required changes. All you do is you delete the message. So you can't break anything. You can't delete anything on boards. You can't do anything wrong. Go play with it and go check out all the files. It's really, like I said, a fountain of knowledge. So every country has all the information you need for that country. Now, a lot of things will be duplicated, but that doesn't matter. Once you are in Kenya, you've got everything you need for Kenya right here. Product brochures, PDFs, whatever it is that you need, it's here. If it's not there, let us know and we'll put it there for you. Like the presentations, there'll be a repetition of this file in every country. They're not different, they're the same. It's just to make it easier for you. Once you're in a country, all the information is there. So now that I've gone through the English side, we do know we have other boards as well. I am in the process of still making all the changes. So I have done the US, I am almost finished with the French version, and then we have the Spanish version that I still need to work on. So when you go into the French folder, obviously onboarding is there already. It's just the rearranging of everything. We're still working on that because we kind of wanted to see how it works before we run off and do it, and it really works well. So here you will see the French side. Here you will see the French side. Everything Tammy just ran through with us is there in French. And then also, obviously, in Spanish. There we go. Some of it is I see here not translated, but sometimes with the languages, boards has a really small space for a heading, and some languages start making our headings very long. So we are working on that, and it'll always be a work in progress because things change, systems change, and we find better ways to do things. So that's all from me on the technical side, and I really, really hope you guys will try it out and then give us your feedback. So we also know how to be better, how to make this easier for everybody to use. So Tammy, thank you for the opportunity, and that's all from me today. So if you've got anything else to share with us, that would be great.
I just want to say thank you for everything that you do to make this possible, and for all the people who contributed to the language translation, to the sharing each other's documents. There's no sense recreating if something's already created and we just share, right? So that's what I love about our company is we really come together as one, and we see this in such a big way in the leadership, partnering with the leadership, and everything will duplicate. People do what they see, right? So it's really important that we have that. I love the recreation of the country folders. because I've been working a lot into the boards, and sometimes I had to go into something else to get something else. And Marcel and I were chatting, and we're like, oh yeah, we got to do this. Oh yeah, we got to do that. So so we find it's going to be simpler for all of you. We'd love to have your feedback. Number one, that's very important to us. If there's something that you feel is necessary in any of these folders that you feel that's missing, and you might have a document that we don't have, let Marcel know, let Chris and I know, so we can add this. And I know that the Spanish associates and the French associates would love to translate this and have everything available for the associates. So I think as a team, we've really come together this year. Since January, I've found that we've really come together and made things so much unified and easier for duplication, and a one-stop shop, which really excites me. And because I know what it's like to build when you have thousands and thousands of associates, and there's no possible way that one person can send this here and send this there, and everybody contacting you. Now, when people contact me and they say, I have somebody in the United States, I say, great, go to the boards. Do you have the board set up? Awesome. Go to the boards and go click on English for the Canada US folder, and everything is there that you need to get somebody started, how to set up this, how to get a new associate. Everything is there. So it's really great. And it teaches people to take ownership of their own businesses as well. And so thank you, everybody, for participating in this. I know that you guys are going to go a lot further than the ones that haven't had a chance to check this out. And we're giving you an assignment today to go through the onboarding and the whole process yourself, and write down the list of the people who are in your business that probably not following through with their boards. They may have it downloaded, and go through the steps with them as if they're a brand new associate, and you'll see that your business is going to go to another level. All these little details are critical for taking your business to another level and keeping people engaged and active consumers. And when they're engaged in active consuming, guess what? They're engaged in telling other people about this. So thank you, everybody, for participating. And thank you, Marcel. I love working with you. We have such a good time doing presentations together. It was an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tammy. Awesome.
Does Q&A, does anybody have any questions based on what you've seen, or questions or comments? You can put it in the chat.
First of all, Tammy and Marcel, thank you for that, sharing that information. It's excellent content and it's more clear. And yes, I believe that we all, or for myself, I should be more into what each one does. That way you can familiarize it, right? Go right straight to it, instead of searching and looking for it. Like you're loading, but it's excellent information. I appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you for having all the different type of languages of different countries. I appreciate that.
Thank you, and thanks for your participation with all your support in translating for all the Max Global family for Spanish.
You're welcome.
Mexico's coming up. I mean, there's lots of Spanish markets open for everybody to benefit from. Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, Tammy, Rob. It's a bit overwhelming to see for the first time, especially on my phone with no internet at home. So I look forward to watching the recording again and then trying to follow along better.
Perfect. And we're just a message away. I know that we had some challenges with the Rogers, which affected a lot of Canadians. So yeah, just a message away, Rob, a phone call away.
Hello.
Thank you. Mhm.
Thank
Yes.
you. Marcel, it's me, Epiphania. I'm on the second device. Can we have this in the presentation slides also inserted somewhere?
Yes, we'll make that happen.
And that's
Thank
an
you.
awesome idea.
This is great.
We do have the link to the presentation, but we can absolutely put the slides on there for you so that you can maybe even like present from your phone. That's probably the thinking behind it?
Yes.
Okay, so we will work on that. We'll do some kind of system that you can easily present and share screen from your phone. I'll check that out for you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
That's a great feedback. Anybody else?
That
All
was
righty.
awesome. Thank you. Thanks. That was great.
You're welcome.
And will this training, this recorded training will be put on boards or on the active team group? Where will that be?
The training is now live in the Strong Max Woman, so you'll find it in the group.
Okay, perfect.
Review.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we can forward that. Yeah, Marcel will be working with me on that to make sure everybody has that.
Sweet. Thank you.
Anybody else? All righty. So have a fabulous weekend, everybody. You got your assignment ahead of you. And once you start going through this, you're going to be like me. You're going to be, oh my gosh, I wish I would have looked at this sooner. It's so simple. Everything's laid out.
Tammy, there's one more question that just came up that somebody just said, how do we get access to the active team boards? Robert's Success just.
Okay. So Roberts, we're going to have that, the streaming that went on in the Strong Max Women, we're going to make sure that that's available in the other groups. And you just have to watch it from the beginning because it goes through the whole information. It gives you all the insights on how to get started with this from A to Z. And Marcel, just maybe we can put this PowerPoint that you created in the boards. That would be helpful, maybe in onboarding process.
Yeah.
When it says that, yeah.
And we can also put it in the Strong Max Woman group to go with the live.
Yes.
So I'll do the presentation with the live and we'll put it on boards for everybody with the Facebook link then. So it will come full circle so everybody can find it.
Excellent. All right. Okay, so I think we're good for questions. Is there any questions in the Facebook group? Have you seen that, Marcel?
Yeah, I've been monitoring. I will answer these here. So when someone gets started at first, do you send a link to each folder to them separately or do you schedule a meeting? Okay, so it's just a whole onboarding question that I will address here because it's a bit more complicated. It's more a practical than an actual boards question.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, and I think that's it for questions in that group. Okay, perfect. Well, have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Chris and I are getting ready to have some lunch, an early lunch, because we're getting on a training program today for 6 hours, and lots of stuff under our belt. It's all on Vision with the Eric Worre mastermind stuff that we're doing. Yeah, and accelerators, so that'll be good. New insights, new training, new staff. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.